Florida school teacher investigated for showing woke Disney cartoon.
This is concerning the movie that was played for my daughter in her classroom. Miss Barbie chose to show a PG movie without approval. When brought to the attention of the principal, Miss O'Rourke, she informed me that the movie had not been approved and it was not appropriate. She explained that she reviewed the handbook with Miss Barbie and let her know all movies have to be approved by administration prior to being shown in a classroom. While Miss Barbie is busy taking the light off herself and playing the victim, the real victims are our children. At what point is there a line between parenting and teaching? It is not a teacher's job to impose their beliefs upon a child. Religious, sexual orientation, gender identity, any of the above. But allowing movies such as this assist teachers in opening a door, and please hear me, they assist teachers in opening a door for conversations that have no place in our classrooms. We never watched movies such as this. We try so hard to be relevant. They want to be trending and have the likes on social media. We lost what the real purpose behind sending a child to school is. We send them there to learn reading, math, science, history. As a parent, it's my job to teach my child about the birds and the bees and relationships. And for me to decide at what age I want to embark on those conversations. By not following policy and procedure, Miss Barbie stripped me of my right as a parent to have those conversations prematurely. My daughter is 10, and I believe she should be 10 until she is 11. At 10, we are not promoting romantic relationships for our children.
A Florida teacher is under investigation by the State Department of Education after what she believes is a targeted attack by a school board member who took issue with a Disney movie shown in her classroom. At a Hernando County school board meeting Tuesday, fifth grade teacher Jenna Barbie alleges school board member Shannon Rodriguez reported her to Department of Education for showing her students Disney's 2022 movie Strange World. It's the first Disney movie with an out gay character. Barbie, a teacher at Winding Waters K-8, said during public comment the Disney movie tied into her students' earth science lesson and did not have sexually inappropriate content. She said, quote, "The word indoctrination is thrown around a lot right now, but it seems that those who are using it as a defense tactic for their own fear-based beliefs without understanding the true meaning of the word," end quote. Florida educators are prohibited from teaching about gender and sexual identity due to the Parental Right in Education Act, signed by Governor Ron DeSantis last year. Also known as the Don't Say Gay bill by critics, teachers have expressed anxiety and confusion over the vague wording of the law for fear of losing their teaching licenses or criminal penalties if found in non-compliance.
Hi, my name is Jenna Barbie. I'm the teacher that is under investigation with the Florida Department of Education for indoctrination for showing a Disney movie. I just wanted to come here and tell you my truth, my story about what actually happened. So I'm a first-year teacher and a first-time mom, so needless to say, I've had a lot of learning to do this year. So how the situation came to be, our students had standardized testing all morning. So some students didn't finish, so in the afternoon, part of my students who didn't finish went to a different teacher's classroom and she split her kids amongst the other fifth grade teachers. So due to the fact that they spent their morning state standardized testing, I had a lot of students not in my room who typically are, and I had another teacher students in my room. I thought it would be a great time to give them a brain break by showing a movie that related to what we were learning about in school. Other fifth grade classes did this as well. So I want to bring up the issue that I'm in trouble for. I was told by every teacher and mentor at our school that our method for approval by administration of showing movies was to have a signed parent permission slip for PG movies. I had that from the beginning of the year. The whole fifth grade team had signed permission slips for PG movies with no objections to specific content. I actually had one student who did have objection to specific content, not showing the Buzz Lightyear movie, but she wasn't in my classroom anymore, so it wasn't a big deal. The reason I was turned in is because one of the split students was a school board member's daughter. That school board member is currently on a rampage to get rid of every form of representation out of our schools. She even spent days this past week going to all the high schools to get rid of anything that had to do with representation whatsoever. She even had admin escort her to a teacher's classroom that had a sticker of a black hand and a white hand holding hands, and the white hand had a different color fingernail for every finger. So the school board member called the Department of Education on me for indoctrination before ever coming to our school to talk with me or admin about the situation.
Oh, this story just sets me on fire. I mean, when she referenced that she thought they should be teaching math, reading, all those things, and what she did not include was discrimination and ignorance. That's what she's claiming they should be taught. And why not if they're up in arms about this particular movie, why not Little Mermaid, Aladdin, any of the other Disney movies? I mean, it's just.
Well, how about any movie about Christopher Columbus, how he came to this country and raped and pillaged everybody? How about that? We're still playing movies like that for kids, aren't we? But that's okay. You know, this poor woman, oh my God, this teacher, you can tell she's a one-time teacher. She still has that passion. That's what happens to teachers. They get taken through the mud and then they don't care anymore because they can't anymore, right? So those good teachers, you end up losing them.
Right.
You know, Miss Barbie, find another job, girl. You seem like a lot of fun, okay? I mean, that Shannon lady, Shannon Rodriguez, I hope that you're Rodriguez by marriage and you're not really Latina because you sound like a freaking Karen.
You know, fortunately for them, they have excellent health care for their elected officials up there. So the surgery to have the giant stick removed from her ass should be covered.
And also, in the movie, there is no sexually explicit
You've seen the movie?
content. Yes, I love Disney movies. Like, Strange World was amazing. It's 2 minutes and 13 seconds of him explaining, or the character explaining that they're, or coming out, per se. After that, everything else is a lesson about science, is about discrimination and not being non-discriminatory. The rest of it is about the earth, and literally the kids are learning about earth science, and that is what the movie's premise
Isn't it
is
about some plant to save the planet?
Save the planet.
Yeah,
it's about saving the planet. Literally, they're on.
Which is woke, you know, by the way.
Yeah, it's also
to save the planet.
against
Save the planet.
To save the flat Earth.
You know, you make the joke about all of the Disney movies. That's not what's at play here. What's at play here is we do not want to acknowledge that these people exist. Now, these people could be gay, these people could be Jews, these people could be black, these people could be Latino, and it just depends on whatever this mob mentality, it's a minority mob mentality, but a powerful majority in session mentality. And it's just a question of they don't want, and so therefore they can get it. And that's what they're doing. One parent is capable of doing this on an entire school. And that is the mob mentality of the minority that we're watching. The proof of that, to prove this illustration, is Cinderella. Cinderella is exactly the same movie in reverse. Cinderella is looking to go to the ball to meet Prince Charming. Prince Charming chases after and then searches the kingdom over the glass slipper. And at the end, it is a happy story ending because she becomes a Disney princess with the prince. And they kiss, and what is going to happen next? By the way, Mom, they have sex. They get married. Which is completely natural, and no gay people, no LGBT people, no Jewish people, and no black people are complaining about, because it's a natural evolutionary process. What's at play here in this movie is that it talks about an alternative lifestyle that you don't agree with. It's exactly Cinderella that you're trying to get banned. I want to remind the teacher and this school board and school that's talking about it. We either are going to teach or we're not. The world is not flat. Hitler killed the Jews, and we fought a civil war because we had slavery of black people. Those are all facts that should be taught in schools. These kind of people don't want it taught. And that's the problem of even giving this argument the time of day, because it is ultimate ignorance that we cannot succumb to. Because if we're going to ban this content, if we're going to ban this type of content, then let's at least do it equally for all. Cinderella, you're gone.
Snow White, peace.
That's it. Because if we're talking about sexuality, which is what you're implying, you're blowing a dog whistle for, Cinderella's having sex with Prince Charming, because that's the Disney conclusion. And you're making the exact same argument. The last thing I want to say, Miss Barbie, wow, I think Faye hits it right on. I hope you don't leave. I understand Faye's challenge. But man, do we need about 10,000 more of you.
Yeah.
Aren't we at an 8,000 plus teacher shortage in Florida? I believe those are the statistics.
Even without the shortage, we need 10,000 more Miss Barbies that is willing to go on to her Instagram or her YouTube and say, you know, wait a minute, I want to make sure I explain.
Yeah.
We need great teachers, period. We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show from Happening Out Television Network. In the model of PBS and NPR, we educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of the LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the stories going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.